Greetings, nomads and other YouTubers. Today's Monday. It's October, and it's where's my phone? It's October 4th, 2021. Pretty sure about the year. So, I know that's probably getting old, but I swear it's the truth. I just, you get out here, you don't pay attention. Calendars, for a large extent, just become unnecessary, I guess. So, welcome, sis, to retirement. I'm so excited for you. I mean, life changes dramatically when you have this kind of freedom. So, welcome to the club. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy it just as much as I have. And I've enjoyed it quite a bit, I have to say. Being able to travel anywhere around the country that you need to go and want to go, you can, yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway, so there have been some changes. Not, but like I say, are significant. I mean, and I don't think that they're new. I think I've shared this stuff with you in the distant past. I haven't done a video for, I've really slacked off on my videos. I do what, like maybe 4 a year now? I don't know, if that. And I'm not going to apologize for, I would have a year ago. I went, oh, sorry, I'm so late with my radio. I'm not going to do that. I just, you know what? I am enjoying life. And there, there hasn't been a whole lot of stuff to really update you on. So I haven't. And, I keep a pretty close presence on Facebook. I don't know if anybody follows that, but my Facebook, YesHappy, it's my name backwards. So you know that I have been looking for land, and last year I bought just under 6 acres in Colorado. Beautiful piece of property underneath Mount Blanca, and close to civilization. I mean, there's lots that I like about that property, with the exception of one thing, and that is that their building restrictions, to call them restrictions, is a significant understatement. They really make it clear they don't want people there. So, I don't know. There's over 300 million people in the U.S., up, I don't know, what was it, about 200 million, I think, when I was a kid. The population's growing. People got to go somewhere. And to just put your hand up and say, sorry. They're not doing that. They couldn't do it blatantly, but, they just regulate it to the point where you can't really do anything unless you're rich, and I'm not, so. So anyway, as much as I like that property, and I'm going to keep it, my grandfather and a large part of his family are from that area, the San Luis Valley. They grew up there. That's, it was home to them, and there's something about the place that feels like home for me. And maybe it's that familial attachment, something, genetic memory, whatever. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not even going to speculate, but there's something that keeps me attached to that place, so I'm going to keep the property. And, who knows, someday I may do something with it. But I found another piece of property. Actually, Andre found it. I'm sure you've heard me talk about Andre. He's a friend that I met in Quartzsite at the La Posa South LTVA. He camps there every year. Used to camp there every year. And, like many of us, this whole COVID thing was kind of, it opened our eyes, I think. At least it opened mine to a certain extent. Last year when, things started to peak, and, you'd hear an announcement every other day that some campground or another was closing. And of course, the rumor mill. Oh, come on, really? The rumor mill? There's no such thing. Oh, yes, there is. The rumor mill was, the LTVAs were going to close, and here, all of us that are dependent on being able to camp somewhere was beginning to sound more and more like there wasn't going to be any place to camp. So it spooked me. Probably did a lot of you as well. So, and Andre, I'm sure. So anyway, there was this driving force to find property that we could camp on indefinitely, and we found that. I want to say back in June, I think. Don't hold me to that. we all know my gift for calendars and dates. I think it was June, July, somewhere around in there. I'm sorry, I got off on a track trying to think about when it was, but I'm just going to end up confusing myself even more. So we found some property, and there were 3 acres that were right next to each other. Boom, boom, boom. And I bought an acre, Andre bought an acre, and Rena has also bought an acre. So each of us has our own acre here right next to each other. And, we all like each other, so, we share space and time and property, and we're here to help each other and that kind of thing. And we've met some neighbors. Donna, I don't know if you watch YouTube, but hi, Donna. Donna's camped down this way, and if you follow my Facebook channel, you'll see a rainbow that I photographed over her house. So we bought this piece of property with the intent of developing it. I don't like that word. I don't like development. Of homesteading it. I like that word better. This is about having a place to live. And a place to live that could at least help, if not completely replace, the infrastructure that's around us that we all rely on for our sustenance, along with the closures of campgrounds and that sort of thing. The other thing that kind of drove home was that these things that we rely on are so what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, going into grocery stores and shelves were completely empty of toilet paper, of all things. What the heck was that all about? I don't know. I still don't know what that's about. But, some staple food items, ramen was gone. I mean, how many of you know that I used to eat lots of ramen? And, here's my staple go-to bachelor throw it in a pot and cook it and eat it kind of deal. It's empty. There's nothing on the shelves. So, loss of campgrounds, some concerns about having enough food to eat and fresh water, access to fresh water, that kind of thing. That also played into, the drive to get a piece of land. And that's what we've done here. So, we secured a cistern. It's not a big one. It's only 275 gallons. But when you use about a gallon a day, I'm probably using a little more than that now because I know I have it. And, I've got a little garden, and, I keep it watered. And so I'm probably using maybe 2 to 3 gallons a day. But still, 275 gallons at 3 gallons a day, it's going to last a while. And there's some folks here, some neighbors that live out that way. And they will deliver water. $70 for 275 gallons delivered. A little on the pricey side, but it's a start. There are other plans that will probably enhance how all of that works. A well is something that we've all looked into. $18,500 was the quote for a well here. No guarantee that you'll get water. Likelihood's pretty high, but there's no guarantee. If they drill and you don't get water, that's it. You're out 20 grand. Gone. And $18,000 for what? A day's work? Maybe 2? A couple of lengths of PVC and a pump? I don't know, it just seems like it's outrageously priced, as are many things. One of my soapboxes, I want to try to stay off soapboxes today. God, that's hard. Is my tongue bleeding? So anyway, we looked at a well, but it's just not practical right at the moment. I think it's probably something that will be in the future, but not right now. So cisterns are the way to go. Looking at getting a large black tank and putting it in the ground and doing some hookups so the RVs can connect to that. There's also services that will come out and pump that out, periodically as needed, with for a fee. But those things can slowly be replaced by other things that are much more self-contained and less reliant on external things. I'm still on solar power. I have not plugged into a wall socket since March of 2018. Everything that I have done that uses electricity has come from my solar panels. 400 watts on the roof, 600 watt inverter, 200 amp hours of lead acid battery, so 100 amp hours usable. I charge my phone, my computers, run all my lights. On hot days, I've got a fan here that I'll run this all night long. And I rarely see 12.5 volts. If I see 12.4, I'm starting to look for, okay, where have I been soaking electricity from somewhere? I haven't hit the 12-minute mark, and I don't know how long. It's going to be a long video, I can tell already. So all of that to say that, developing our own sense of self-sufficiency, self-sustainability, that was harder to say than it should have been, is the goal. And I think we're making steps to get there. We've had friends come by, Mark Busha, Adventures with Jane. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. It was good to see you again. And you're always welcome here anytime. Come on down and camp with us. And there's a start. I think we have a start on the process. Got plans for the spring, planting some food kind of stuff, potatoes and tomatoes and squash and things. And so anyway, that's what this video is about. Is just basically the homestead. It's not really that yet. It's a wannabe homestead, and I think it's going to be. It's just going to take time as resources become available and weather cooperates and all of that. Then got a new weather station. Also a recommendation from Mark Busha on that one. It was $99 on sale. He got a coupon and sent it to me, and I said, "Oh, awesome! $99. Normally $125, something like that." And so now, I've got an eye on the weather. This has been really handy for wind speed, inside temperature, outside temperature, and it's probably going to become handy again. Rainfall amounts. It has light energy. I can set it to lux or watts per square meter, which is where I use it. Date, time, and rainfall amounts, everything. It's great. I had it mounted with some command clips on the front of my rig, and the winds got up to about, not quite 40, like 38, 39, and it blew off my sensor. It's a wireless sensor on top of my roof, and it blew it off. So I've got it lashed on there with ropes now to hold it in place till I come up with something a little more elegant, and get that squared away. So I think plans are, going forward, going to get winterized. So next payday, going to head into town, 20 miles, 25, I'm going to go 30 miles. It's about 30 miles to Belen and Las Lunas, which is where Home Depot and Walmart and the bigger box stores are. Going to pick up some insulation, some polyiso, and do some skirting around our respective RVs, and just kind of keep things as warm as we possibly can. Doesn't get terribly cold here, at least by some people's standards. I mean, I'm from Colorado, so -20 was not uncommon, and it gets to plus 20 here is the typical low. There are some anomalies, like anywhere. But for the most part, they are brief excursions below freezing and then back up to warm days in the 40s. So I don't expect it to be a big problem, but we're going to prepare for it anyway. I'm going to build a shed around the cistern and insulate it. A little bigger shed so some tools can go in there. Because I'm going to start pulling stuff out of vehicles and putting them into places where I can get to them. Right now my tools are under here. And it's a pain because I got to open the back to get to them, and then flies get in. Oh, the flies. Yeah, flies here are really bad. You probably have some crawling across my lens at some point, I'm sure. And they're biting flies too. Open range. So there's cows that can and will come into your camp. And, my little garden out there looks pretty tasty, I'm sure. So, in fact, we had some cows come in and they were munching on the romaine lettuce. Ate all of our romaine lettuce. It was good lettuce. I can understand why. It was good lettuce. But, flies come with cows. So we've got a lot of flies. Got a few photographs, some beautiful sunsets. Had some some weather come through, some rain. So some great cloud kind of stuff. I took a trip up to Abo. I called it Aho. I guess I was getting confused. That never happens. Abo, the Abo ruins, just up the road here, about 30 miles. Got some photographs. I went up there with Mark and Rena, and we spent the day video recording and taking photographs of, and I'll weave some of that stuff in. And some more drawings. I did a couple more illustrations for my friends Chris and Tracy. Hi, Chris and Tracy. Let me show you what I got here. So, this is our last video story about a mermaid that gives up her mermaidness, I guess, in the ocean to go help take care of the land. So she comes out of the ocean and sea monsters started attacking ships, and it's a great story. So you got to check that out. I think I'll put a link down here somewhere, I think, unless I forget between now and then. And you can go check that out. It's on my Facebook page, so you can look there as well. So still drawing some illustrations. What else? Other than that, nothing new. Not going to be in the queue this year. Obviously, going to winter here. And that was a hard decision to make. Because we all have friends there. And, I met Andre there, met Rena there, I met Larry there, Bread Larry, I met Idaho Larry and Bumblebee. And, just lots of folks. Meet lots of folks. And we look forward every year to being, at the queue and seeing our friends. And we're not going to be able to do that this year. COVID's part of it. We like staying remote and away from each other and away from other people that might be infected. And we've got a piece of land now that we can be safe on. We don't have to worry about somebody yanking the rug out from under us on that, at least not right now. Who knows what the future holds. But, I think that's the update. There might be more, but I think that's it for now. I'm probably working up to about 30 minutes worth of video here already, but the talking head. How did you like the last video without the talking head? Was that cool or what? Give me your comments down below. Let me know what you liked about that format, if you liked that format. I think I kind of did. It kept the video short, and I don't look like quite the idiot that I am when I'm standing here in front of the camera talking to you folks. It's kind of hard to hide behind the lens. So yeah, I'd be interested to know what your thoughts are on that. Other than that, that's it. Good to go. So, love you guys. Bless you guys. And see you
Bye.